Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 46 of the Husker Hype Radio Podcast. Here once again with Aaron Worsfold and Eli Forsman. Folks, we're at it again. It is the first day of Nebraska spring football practice. How do we feel about that, boys?
Year two
Fired
has just
up.
begun. Year two is here.
This is year two. This is where real shit starts to happen and where it's gonna start getting going. We saw a couple of videos. I noticed this year they're putting the little fucking sponge things on their helmet, which isn't like anything. That's just what I noticed. Nothing crazy, but they're doing that now. Um, Polar Bear looks good. He looks lean. He looks mean.
Yeah, he does
T-Rob
look lean.
T-Rob looks like a fucking baller. I mean, I don't know if anybody's going to even want to play against those guys. They might just forfeit the game. The offensive lineman will go, "No, we're good, dude." Honestly, it's okay. We don't need to. So, with the 3-3-5, how many times are those two in the game at the same time?
Well, they'll put Ty Robinson over at defensive end sometimes. Maybe move him in depending on the look the offense gives them, and then move up the will, whether it's Jamari Butler or MJ Sherman or however many dogs we got back there.
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty pumped up. I saw also a video of Heinrich throwing the football, not Dylan Raiola. How much do you think we're gonna see? You think they're gonna try to keep Dylan secret under wraps, or are they gonna show him off in these little Twitter videos that they're doing?
Show him off, baby. If you know fucking marketing, you show him off.
Yeah, you do. You get that. You buy that 1-5 jersey. Fucking get that
Oh
shit
yeah,
already.
I did notice. Were they wearing numbers? Was he wearing the number?
I think he's 15, right?
They'll all go through that. No, they'll do through
Yeah.
the leadership 0 through 10, and then real numbers will come out.
I would be shocked if he got a 0 through 10 or 0 through 9 number. Wouldn't that be kind of crazy? No freshman got it last year, correct?
Did a freshman get it last year? I don't
No.
think so.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say Malachi Coleman, but he's 15.
I was gonna say Marcus Buford, but he was not a freshman.
Yeah, Marquise Buford is.
I think he was the youngest though.
Marquise Buford is a senior this year, dude.
What?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
yeah.
You
And I
might be
don't
thinking of
think
his
he
brother
got it.
Mar. I don't think he got it either because
He was
got
24.
and he was hurt too for a while. If you recall, there at the start of the
That's right.
season,
That's right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he got his black shirt at the same time as everybody, but he never got that single digit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, man, it'll be exciting. I mean, a couple weeks ago, Eli and I, Aaron, we talked about offensive and defensive positions and players, ones that we think are gonna really break out in spring and ones that are not going to. You kind of want to give us yours when you were gone. This is what we talked about. So
And more
like,
of a surprise, more of like a underrated breakout or
yeah,
breakout
so
player. Yeah.
defensive breakout player and
To,
offensive
to,
breakout.
I think to my defense here, I just think that the team's gonna be so fucking good that like I assume everybody's gonna be so fucking good that no one's flying on the radar because I have the standard of here. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Sure.
you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
It's kind of one of those things where maybe I should take my expectations down a little bit, but god damn it, this is Husker Hype Radio and I have a standard. Um, Give me a week, maybe. Maybe I'll write this down. I'll come back because right at the top of my head, I'm like, feel like we talk about the same guys every week because we're just
We put
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Valid.
Um,
Valid.
So what about Minnesota? PJ Fleck, you heard it from him. They're not doing a public spring game. Is
Let's
this
see.
just because? Yeah, I think they really don't want the whole Big Ten to know how fucking atrocious they're going to be this season. Not like, oh, we got some tricks under our sleeve. I think it's just that, and that's not a good sign.
No,
I look at that as not a good sign, man. And
is
it
it?
doesn't.
Did he release that it's won't be on television and there'll be no fans as well?
No fans. Like there's nothing. there's no spring game. They're gonna have scrimmages. He said like every team does. There's multiple scrimmages that you have, but no spring game where fans, no TV, nothing like that. And I think that's just a telltale sign of the Minnesota football program trending in a wrong direction.
I
That
have
feels
to
like to me a
agree.
lot. It feels like me a lot like a college player going to the NFL. They're like, I'm not doing combines. My draft type's already up here. We don't need to make it go down at all. Like
Right.
Minnesota's team, like we might be pretty good. If they play that spring game, their expectations are going down, down to the bottom big time.
Exactly, dude. And that's like think about it, if it's Matt Rule's fifth year and all of a sudden he goes, guys, there's going to be no public spring game. First of all, the fans are going to be pissed. Like that's something that everybody looks forward to. See who we got come up and coming, and then also it's like, is everything okay? And it's not like PJ Fleck's first year, so he's not trying like he's probably not going to change his whole entire offense. Is my guess. I dude, that's bad. That is bad.
That's what I was about to say, Eddie. I was like, did they get new coordinators or like, because what's going to be so different compared to like that last year and this year? The only thing that they have different this year is a new D coordinator, same offensive coordinator. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
and I
usually
mean,
defense doesn't really matter. Usually you try to hide the plays on offense, because defense is a defense.
right, and like if we wanted to, Tony White, we came out with a 3-3-5 last year. It's not like we didn't show that in our spring practice.
Right. Yeah, because to your point, like it's not like you're showing everybody everything for the spring game anyway. You're just like getting reps and like I
Getting the fans excited. I think it's more for the fans because you're
yes.
scrimmaging anyways. You're scrimmaging the whole fucking
Hmm.
week of spring
Hmm.
ball, the whole month. But it's for the fans to have fun and fucking see our boy Dylan Raiola come out for the first time in a Husker jersey.
Yeah.
How many, what do you think the attendance is going to be for Nebraska this year, dude?
Sold out,
Yeah, it sells out every year.
I mean, but usually it's not, it's like 50,
packed,
60,000.
packed all the way, sold out. I really do think it's gonna be like, hey, let's get Sonny and the boys. Let's go see Raiola before it's too late to hop on the train.
Are
Yeah,
you boys
considering
going?
oh yeah. Considering last year
I
was
got
like
you.
75% full, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I do too, dude. It's going to be pretty packed.
April
We got
27th, just over a month away, boys.
1 month, 2 days away. Nebraska football spring game going to be streamed on YouTube. We're going to do our first YouTube stream. Excited about that. Let's go. That'll be fun. So I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think next week we'll probably have a lot more to report on spring ball. Nothing too much right now. I don't know when Matt Rule is going to talk. It's usually Tuesday, right, where he talks. I mean,
Yeah,
that
it
It's
was
is.
always
during, huh?
just a PSA for all the Husker hypers out there. Every time we record, all the news of the week happens the day after. So whenever we
That is,
record, all the big news happens the day after we record.
That's a good
we've
point.
gotten pretty unlucky with that, dude. Where it's
That's a
like
good
something
point.
really big happens the next day.
Yeah,
Like
because last
last
week
week,
Troy Dannon wasn't the AD last week, right? We were talking about Dennis.
right?
Yeah,
The week
Right.
before, Trev Alberts happened after we recorded.
Yeah,
yeah.
day after. So this week, folks, we got new athletic director, 1 week old news, but folks, it's Troy Dannon. Here's a guy, you and I grad, Aaron. That's cool. Northern Iowa athletic director from 2008 to 2015, then on to Tulane, 2015 to 2023, hired Tulane football coach Willie Fritz. They were at a New Year Six, beat USC 2 years ago. He kind of knows what he's doing. Went to Washington then for only 5 months. Now he's at Nebraska. Do we see a problem with him being at Washington for only 5 months, or do we see it as he had to take this step? He had to take, because we're kind of
Step.
being hypocrites. We're kind of being hypocrites though if we say this, but then we talk shit on Trevor.
Rev's different. It would be more like if Troy went to you and I for a cup of coffee because that's his alma mater. He's our guy. You know what I'm saying? Trev was our guy. He played at Nebraska. It's his alma mater. But I don't think he has an affiliation for Washington other than just like taking a job, right?
Right. And it's 5 months and you want to go to Nebraska. You don't want to be a Husky. You want to be a Husker. Dude, let me tell you how many people in fucking California think that we're the Nebraska Huskies. Oh my gosh, dude.
Idiots.
It pisses. I
I would
go,
lose my mind.
Huskers. You use the hard R. It's the
Whoa.
Huskers, man.
Whoa.
It's what it is.
Cornhuskers.
Yeah, we're the Cornhuskers. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
damn
what I
it.
should be saying. We're the freaking no. It's not the Huskies, it's the Corn Huskers, man.
Huskers.
That's what we are,
And
baby.
doesn't that just make your like? Doesn't that give you a little bit of goosebumps when you say it like that? Like Cornhuskers.
That's why
Oh,
I really don't like the t-shirts that are just say Nebraska Huskers. I don't think it's got to be Nebraska Cornhuskers, you know? I don't
well,
like those
that
t-shirts.
one there that main logo that says just Huskers is probably like the most commonly used thing, right?
What are you talking about?
That script. Here, I'll pull it up.
Oh, yeah, that one's sick. But like when it just says like Nebraska Huskers football, like it doesn't
Yeah,
sound right. It
yeah.
doesn't sound right. It's Nebraska Cornhusker football, you know? That's what it should be. That's my opinion anyway. So Troy Dannon, man, he's from Iowa, came here because he wanted to be closer to home. Is this an inside job? Is this an attack? Is this a invasion? Iowa? Yeah, that one. That one's sick.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
dope. That's the main one. Well, here's another thing, and then I don't know, but I want your guys' opinion. Trev Alberts also is from Cedar Falls. He went to school at there used to be a high school on campus at Northern Iowa, UNI, and he went
Really?
there to school. There were back-to-back guys that have affiliation towards Cedar Falls. How do we feel about that?
I mean, I hope that Troy is not a snake like Trev is. Um, all we can do is hope though at this point, and trust him. Have blind faith in our leader.
Mhm.
But also, I mean, at the end of it, bro, it's like Matt Rule, he said he's staying, bro. It's not, it's really more of inside things that are going on. And I don't think it's going to affect football,
Yeah.
like as much as just, I don't
And
know.
now it's like what's a better job than Nebraska? I mean, Washington's a pretty decent job considering they're good at athletics. Nebraska's a great job, obviously. And like, where would he go else? Because you can't quit a job for after 5 months to get a new job. He has to stay here for a couple of years at least. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna want him after that if he's just jumping ship all the time?
Exactly. And did he grow up a Husker fan or an Iowa fan? I feel like he never really said, I've been a Husker fan all my life. I don't know. Maybe we stop talking about this because it's making me anxious.
I mean,
Damn,
who
bro.
who really cares though? Because Matt Rule was a born Penn State guy, and I have 100% faith in Matt Rule right now. And if there's anything
And
the
he's
past week has taught me, it's Matt Rule as a leader right now, not the president, not the board of regents, not the athletic director.
Yeah.
Matt Rule came out and talked. He fired
Thank.
everybody up.
I needed that, Eli. Thank you.
That's true. And also Matt Rule 1 year here fell in love with Nebraska. He's like, I'm bringing my son here. I'm not going anywhere. My son's going to come to school. My wife is starting a business in Nebraska. Like, I love this place. And honestly, dude, if this Penn State job opens up, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Rule said, I'm a fucking Cornhusker, baby. I'm a Nebraska Cornhusker, and I'm going to stay here and raise my family here
Don't even
and
talk
lead
like
this
that,
team to
Eddie.
greatness.
Yeah, let's get off the topic. Actually, once did you guys see the Colorado Dions, the story out of them this week that was
Oh
hitting the
yeah,
headlines?
dude. I sent you guys that in the group chat, and basically, you want to explain it, Aaron?
How Deion Sanders had a press conference saying that Shador and Travis Hunter would go top 4 in the draft this year, each of them, and if they don't, he'll pull an Eli. He if a certain team wants to draft him and they draft him, he's gonna pull like what like Eli Manning did and be like, I'm not gonna play there. I'm gonna like I'm not signing.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, that was what I was like, damn, bro. Because imagine like there's no way they both go top 4.
No, I don't think so, and especially when they get exposed by the black shirt defense.
I was gonna say if you want them to go top four, better make them not play that game week 2 because
R-
boys are coming.
Right. Exactly, dude. Yeah,
They both got sick.
yeah. That's
What was the other news? I missed the other news. Was it this weekend when I was blacked out drunk?
Oh, maybe you were blacked out drunk when I texted it to you, but I mean, it was during the day.
It
um,
was
dude, it
Dion being
was
Dion. Just I don't have to recruit. Other coaches recruit. parents want to come to my
Oh,
house.
yes.
Yeah. Which kind of like made me. Eli and I were talking about this 2 weeks ago, where you kind of want Matt Rule is taking an approach to recruit. It's just so opposite how Nebraska
Mhm.
and Colorado's programs are ran. Like how the way Matt Rule looks at things versus how Dion looks at things. I feel like it's totally different. Yeah, Dion says I don't want to go on any home visits. I don't think that it's necessary. I don't want to go in their house. Um, they want to see my house. They want to come over and see what I'm doing. When it's like,
Which I feel like for the the demographic that he's like marketing himself toward is true because like the part of the clip that what he said that I agreed with actually was when he was like, no one goes to the transfer portal's houses, and like
yeah,
99% of the guys I'm getting are transfer portal guys, so I'm not gonna go to their house. They're gonna come see our place. We're gonna treat them nice and show them all the good stuff,
right.
which makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, it is just a totally different approach to how Matt Rule is taking it, where he wants to get kids out of high school and develop them and build good relationships with their family, not just let's see how much money I can make and go to the league.
Right.
That's what we were talking. Yeah, we were talking about how Nick Saban says, he is retiring because kids they all they want to know is how much money they're going to make and how fast can I get into the NFL. They're not asking like how like the parents aren't asking how can are you going to make my kid a better man or anything.
Hmm.
And I don't know.
Which for an administration, like if I'm the AD for Colorado, and every year you have to reload people through the transfer portal, that's gonna suck after a while, dude. Like if you don't have
It's
guys that are there for multiple years that you know are gonna stay on the roster and like be like corner blocks of the team, like leaders of the team that have been there for multiple years,
right.
that's gonna be so shitty as a recruiter.
It's that and also it's like how can you build a culture when guys are only there for 2 years and then they leave and they're not really caring about the the program. It's
Yeah,
more about
they're
themselves. And like
selfish. Yeah.
you can't build something that's going to last a long time. At least in my eyes, we'll see if Dion proves us wrong. But in my eyes, I just don't think that it's sufficient to what he's trying to do. Just getting 2 year guys, they leave, another group of guys come in, they don't even know each other, and then they got to learn. Like, dude, half of football is like you
The
want to
boys.
play for your brothers, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to play for your brothers. But then if you take that out of the equation, it's just how good can I look? Maybe you're not doing your fucking, you're not doing your assignment right because you want to make this tackle when you should be playing your assignment. And that just turns, I don't think that turns into good football.
Man, I can't wait to fuck those Dion's up, dude.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to be there. Speaking of, man, Aaron, you're not coming to USC. You're not coming to Southern California,
Oh,
huh?
dude, yeah, I texted this a couple weeks back, dude. I was at a party and this woman I was talking to was talking about the wedding of her daughter, which is best friends with my fiance, and my fiance's in the wedding. And I was like, "What date is that again?" And then she's like, "Oh, it's the weekend of the USC game." And I was like, "You're fucking me."
Uh, say you got to say that Mackenzie say sorry. I mean, you're just gonna have to go by yourself. Like you got a business. You got a business to run, Aaron. You got a
Another
business to run.
another wrinkle in the story though is that this wedding's a Friday wedding though. So I could leave for Saturday and get there before the game.
That'd be badass. We pick you up from LAX.
Yeah, or even see if I can get an old John Wayne.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be sick. Cause I don't they don't have I don't think the schedule is out yet for what time the game is. But Western time they're always earlier. Like 5 o'clock is the latest game.
5 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be seven our time. Yeah, yeah. Damn, that seems late. But yeah, no, tough news. But and I was looking through the schedule this week, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna go like the first four home games. Have to drive 5 hours to the first four home games.
Oh yeah, huh?
That's
Forgot
what
about
happens
that.
when you like Husker football like that, though, baby.
Hey, dude. And you're not staying in Iowa City. Fuck that shit. On Saturday, you want to be around a bunch of black and gold and puke everywhere? No.
Although I am excited to see them play like certain great teams. I haven't looked at their schedule yet, but if they're playing like, Ohio State or like Oregon or UCLA or something like that, that'd be dope to stay there and watch that at least.
Right. Right.
Making
Where's
sure
some
I'm say, hey, all your NIL money's down in Alabama right now.
Have
yeah,
we talked
dude. What
about
about
that?
that? No. No. So, dude, just Caden Proctor transferred out of Alabama, went to Iowa for the offseason, and then saw a practice and goes, fuck this, I'm out.
And then goes
I think
back to
that
Alabama. And goes back to Alabama. He's only at
that's the
Iowa for 2 months.
craziest part to me,
That's the
dude.
craziest part too.
Yeah. And would you even want to would you want him back?
I think you do
Yes.
because he's a badass. Like he's
Hey,
him. Like
dog.
every person that
Yeah.
ever has talked about him, they're like, yes, this is like when I told my dad this weekend, he didn't even know. He was like, you're joking. You're lying to me. And I was like, no, I'm serious. But I feel like if you're the coach of Alabama, Kalen DeBoer, you want him back. You're like, yeah, you left us the first time, but if you're coming back, the odds of you leaving again, not high. Because he could have
Right.
went anywhere after Iowa. He chose to go back to Alabama.
Right. And also maybe he left Alabama and it wasn't clear on, who the head coach was going to be. I don't know when he made his announcement, but it was definitely after Saban retired. So maybe he was like, and dude, he's automatically like NFL bound.
Right.
So it does. So Iowa was so bad. Like he could just chill out at Iowa and play football, fuck off. But it was so bad there that he went to one practice and said, I cannot do this. This is the worst. Like it going from an Alabama team to Iowa and just probably seeing the difference in how it's ran in the coaching. And he's probably like,
And
absolutely
he's
not.
from Iowa. He likes
Yeah.
Iowa. He's an Iowa guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
God, that makes me smile.
It sucks for him, man.
That fired me up. That fired me up.
Yeah. Um, well, boys, did you watch the Texas A&M Nebraska game?
Yep.
Yeah, I watched. I was kind of watching it. I mean, it doesn't even. I can't lie, man. It doesn't even really make me sad or anything. I didn't give a shit.
I was pretty fired up because just of the narrative of like us never winning a game and then Texas A&M and all the shit. And I was at a casino with all these boys and we were all betting on Nebraska. And I was
Yeah.
like, damn, bro, we got this. And we looked decent the first like 10 minutes of the game. And then they just pulled away. We never had to look back. And I just stopped watching.
Right. Yeah. I was kind of I was at work. I just had it on my phone and just like, oh, the first Husker game I watched, Nebraska game I watched all year, and it's not looking too good. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice, to beat or Trevor and the Aggies. I mean, the ladies won.
Yep.
The ladies won though. That's cool.
No, it's not. It's not cool.
That's
All
true.
right.
Who gives a fuck about women's sports?
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
would
why I
rather
just did that.
I would rather have the men's. I'm being 100% honest here, okay? You guys might not like it, but I'm being 100% honest. I will take the men's basketball win 10 times out of 10
No,
over the women.
I agree. I'm just coping with myself over here because I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. But I
It's the
think
first. It's the first Nebraska game I watched probably all year since we played our second game, and I was like, we might got something here. So that one, it did hurt me. I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurt.
yeah.
Creighton in the Sweet 16. I know we're Husker hype, but
Creighton
Creighton.
in the Sweet 16. I watched that game. That was actually a pretty good game. Went into double overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Played Dana
The
Altman.
Yep.
And I did fact check my statement from last week about how um Dana Altman was the head coach of Creighton. He went and became the Arkansas head coach for a day and then came back to Creighton. I
Right.
fact
Right.
checked that and it was true. And I was happy
Damn.
about it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Arkansas
Um
coach for a day. That's funny.
the did you guys see the SEC news? They confirmed that they're only going to play 8 conference games again this year.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Big Ten plays 9,
Yep.
and it's a 12-game schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So they're just gonna keep that little mid-season fucking we're
Layup.
playing Pacific.
Citadel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit. I mean, I don't really care like where they put their non-conference games, like if it's in the middle of the season, end of the season, start of the season. But like at least have nine Power 5 games, at least nine, which they usually do. They usually have one out of conference that's a Power 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's they're gonna go to the freaking, like the playoffs are aligned now for every Power Four conference to get two people in, three people in, right? So like, I mean, regardless, three SEC teams are gonna go. Um, and now that you can say like it doesn't matter, dude. It all happens in the playoffs. It's not just one, two games to decide who's the national championship. If you make your way through the playoffs, then you're obviously the national championship. Obviously the national champion.
But it is harder for teams that schedule 9 game conference
That's
schedules
true.
because like for us, like oh, say we drop a game against Ohio State and we're 11-1 compared to a 12-0, call it Ole Miss or something, but
Yeah,
they're playing an easier schedule. Bullshit.
yeah, that's true. It should be. I would respect it more if in the middle of the instead of the Citadel, it was somebody from the ACC or Big Ten. That'd be cool. I think fans would like that more, also, dude.
But then
Like
that
if you
fucks the Big Ten again though because we already have 9 conference games, and then if we did
right,
you know what I'm saying, the 10th one
yeah,
for an SEC team, that fucks us even worse.
that's true. That's very true. Freaking SEC, man.
I think there needs because I think the ACC only has 8 conference games as well. I think there needs to be some sort of agreement on that from the NCAA level.
Uh huh. Yeah, or I mean, why doesn't the Big Ten just go eight conference games and we get four? But I do not want to see like Nebraska playing the Citadel in the middle of the season. That's boring. That's not
Right.
fun.
So you
That's
have to
just
have
not fun.
eight. You have to have for sure 8 conference games, and then one of your 4 out of conference games needs to be Power 5.
I'd
I
say
say
if you're
I say
doing,
2 out of the 4. Two out of the
yeah, that's what
four.
I'm saying. I'd say if you're doing eight conference games, then two out of the four need to be Power Five.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
But I'll send a letter to the NCAA.
Huh?
I'll send a letter to the NCAA from Husker Hype Radio.
Yeah, dude.
Dr. E-Rock, Aaron, and Ed said that this is how we should do it.
Let Troy know also. We
Yeah,
got to start emailing Troy now, dude. Block
true.
Trev's number. Block Trev's number, dude. It's over. Um, yeah, man. Pretty interesting shit. What else do we got? Oh, boys, what do you think about this? This news dropped today. The NFL is banning basically tackling. They're
Oh yeah,
banning the hip drop tackle. You are not allowed to wrap somebody around the hips and drop them to the ground, which my question is, how do you even tackle somebody from behind? Somebody like you, like that's the only way to do it, bro.
unless you just try to grab their legs, I guess, right?
But then isn't even that more fucking dangerous almost?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand that. It's you're banning tackling. And it's like to keep player safety, but so then we can't like hit anymore either. I don't It makes no fucking sense to me, dude. Like tackling any type of tackle could result in an injury, you know?
Hmm.
And
Well, I
I
think these
like
ones.
you
This
huh?
rule is going to be worse. This rule is going to be worse because if you remember Nick Chubb's injury last year.
No.
So that's when they can't go too high, can't go above the shoulder. So the guy went just below his knee, and like dove into it, and
Right.
you could see his knee, bottom of his leg, completely separate from his kneecap. And that's going
Yeah,
to be the
dude,
only way to do it.
you're
And
gonna go
everybody,
lower now and you
yeah,
might just like fucking stick out your leg and trip somebody then because you can't hip drop tackle and like dude, it's so fucking dumb. It makes no sense to me.
you're going to see a lot more torn ACLs and MCLs because of this rule. Because people are
I
going to be going straight for the knees now.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. And yeah, how do they not realize that that's more dangerous than I think maybe you have to roll too. Like it's the hip drop and then rolling. But also That's like how you are taught in
Yeah,
football
every
practice.
I was like every tackling drill I've ever done. Granted, I wasn't good at them, but that's what you were taught
Yeah,
was to
dude.
hip drop and roll.
Right. Yeah, I don't get it, man.
Derrick
It's
Henry's gonna have 4,000 yards rushing next season. Watch out.
right. Yeah, how do you tackle like a small corner? How are they going to tackle big running backs now, dude? Like they just don't. You've got to put your hands up and you got me,
Yeah,
you know?
put on a
There's
poster.
it's hip drop tackling is basically wrapping up. It's wrapping up, dude. I don't understand it. You can't wrap up anymore, I guess. So it's just going to
The
be
game's gotten soft. It's just the world nowadays, boys. It's just a
I mean,
soft, soft
I
world.
just hope that it doesn't go down to college. That rule doesn't go down into college. And
They need to
I
change the targeting rule in college, where it's the one and you're done. Like how we lost Ty Robinson. Who was that against? We lose him in the Minnesota game, the first game of the year. We lost him for
yeah,
the first half of Colorado game
I think we did. Yeah.
because of
I
Yeah,
think
a
we
you're right.
did.
helmet contact.
Uh-huh.
That fucking drove me nuts.
Yeah, dude. And also I think it should be they should like consider more of like intentional like if it was intentional or not, dude. Cuz you know
Yeah.
sometimes like you're playing and you're going 100 miles an hour and like helmet to helmet
I think
contact
that's the excuse
happens.
for everybody. They're like, yo, I didn't fucking mean to do that. I'm just trying to make a play, dude.
Right, but no, you can definitely tell when like some dude is like looking at somebody
Malicious.
from across. Yeah.
Which
Like
is few
Colorado
and
State.
far. Yeah, which is few and far between. I feel like though you can visually tell that kind of
You're
stuff.
right. Right. So if it's intentional, then yeah, fucking flag him and throw him out for the half. But if not, like, dude, it's football and shit happens. You know, like like you signed up
Yeah.
to.
Think about
It's
how much shit like people in like the 80s would talk about us right now. They're gonna be like, you guys don't fucking tackle anymore, dude.
right. Right. No,
Granted, granted, we deserve all of it.
yeah, dude, you're gonna tell Dick Buttkiss that he can't wrap up and throw somebody onto the ground anymore. I don't think he'd stand for that. He'd get flagged every single time. Stan Lee's in the chat. What's up,
Got
Stan?
any comments? Got a Husky High moment of the week, Mr. Stan?
What's the hype moment of the week, Stan? No.
Well, boys, anything else?
Hype moment of the week. Nebraska finished top 10 in wrestling. We were like number 2 at one point, and then we dropped to like 8, but top 10.
Oh, polar bear do.
I think he went 0 for 2.
Okay. He's a football guy.
Yeah.
He made it. He
And
made it.
he's
I
in
don't
nationals. I mean, fuck.
right. Right. That's not his big thing. He's working at that to get better at football.
Oh, other hype moment of the week is I turned 27, boys. I'm old as shit now.
Wow. Happy birthday, Aaron,
Yep.
Happy
man.
birthday, buddy.
You
I
spent it
went
in Kansas?
I went to a casino in Kansas and we golfed one day and I didn't golf too well the first 9. The back 9 though, I turned it up and I finished 17 with par and I finished 18 and birdied it. And the group was just rowdy. The boys were fired up.
Nice.
So that's
How
my
many
hype moments of the week.
how many beers and fireball shots are you in at hole 18?
We I Looking back on it, 0 fireball shots. 0. And I like forgot since it was pretty cold. It was like 40, 45 degrees, slight wind. There was no cart girls either. So I only bought one Bloody Mary to start the whole day. And like I was done with that by hole 2, you know what I'm saying? And so by the time we got to 9, I just stuck like the turn at 9 and 10. I just grabbed a bunch of beer. So I just hammered a 6-pack on the back 9. But I was not nearly as buzzed as I should have been.
Dang, dude, no cart girls, too cold for the cart girls. That sucks.
Yeah. Number 1 public course in Kansas though. It was a nice place.
Nice. Nice. Eli hype moment of the week, buddy.
I mean, we already touched on it, and I gotta love the move by Caden Proctor just saying "fuck you" to Iowa because
Yeah.
nothing fires me up like pissing off Iowa fans and or Texas fans, and
Yeah,
now Texas
that's
A&M too. Now Texas A&M too. So
Sure.
yeah, nothing fires me up like I'm gonna take all your money, give you all the hope, and I'm going back.
I don't think that he took any money. I don't like people were saying I think that he gave it back or something. I could be wrong. But
I don't. Why would Kirk Ferentz come out and say that if he
Oh, he did. Kirk Ferentz said
Well,
he took the money.
He took. He
What
said
did
he took
Kirk?
the lion's share. He took the lion's share of our NL money and then left. Like,
Kirk had some words for
that seems
Caden.
that seems illegal, doesn't it?
Yeah, that there should be a rule against that. That's pretty fucked, dude.
let's get him fined. Let's get him fired. Let's
Well,
do it.
that's another reason why they should have athletes become employees, so you can put them under contract and have better like negotiations and stuff like that. And if they're under contract, like that's what it is.
Take the
Yep.
money and run, man. Took a little play from Steve Miller's book, Caden Proctor.
Hype. What's a hype moment of the week for Ed here?
Dude, I think I'm pretty fired up that spring ball's about to happen. I can't wait for the news that's going to be coming out like these next couple of weeks.
It'll come out tomorrow. Big news tomorrow.